What I watched on Netflix.
What I Watched on Netflix is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Good day, ladies, guys, everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode of
What I watched on Netflix.
Yes, What I Watched on Netflix. First episode did so well, they actually called me back to do another one. Yeah. When I say they, I mean no one. No one called me back. It's just me doing this. Anyways, today I want to talk about The Ritual. I'm a little late on watching it. It's been there for maybe a week or two on Netflix. It's a horror film, of course. It originally premiered, just like Veronica, it actually originally premiered at Toronto International Film Fest back in September last year. It's based on a book by Adam Neville of the same name, The Ritual. I've only read one Adam Neville book. It was Apartment 16. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It is directed by David Bruckner, who he wrote and directed Southbound Tales, or no, not Southbound Tales, Southbound something. Let me look it up. Look at this. I did research and everything, and then I forgot everything. Typical Michael, right? David Bruckner, Southbound. It's just called Southbound. He also directed The Signal, which I really enjoyed. That was back in 2007. And VHS, which, yeah, it's alright. Anyways, The Ritual. The Ritual is about a group of guys who, after their friend is killed in it's like a robbery of a liquor store, they decide, like they were making plans to go hiking in, where was it? They were going to go hiking in, it is in, oh my god, I cannot remember the name of what country they were going to go hiking in. How terrible is that? It was, once again, I will look it up, because I am terrible at remembering stuff. Sweden! Dear God! Sweden! Swedish babes! Should have remembered that. So they go hiking to honor kind of his memory, right? One of the guys is kind of troubled. The main guy that we follow. You'll recognize him from Shaun of the Dead. You got a bit of red on ya. He is troubled because he was in the liquor store with his friend and he didn't do anything to help his friend. I mean, the guy was scared, right? Who's to say what we would do in that situation, right? So it's hard to judge him. So they go hiking. It's him, a couple of his other friends, and they just go to honor his memory. And on the way back, one of the guys gets injured. The guy that gets injured, you would actually know from Alien vs. Predator, if anyone actually watched it. He gets injured, so they're going to take a shortcut through the woods. Terrible idea. Never take a shortcut through the woods. Are you dumb? Anyways, so they take a shortcut through the woods, and they come upon a house, starts thundering and raining, so they stay in the house. Bunch of weird shit happens during the night. Obviously, there's a creature following them. There's something following them in the woods. And all this weird kind of stuff happens, and and then the movie kind of follows them as they try to get out of the woods, and then they keep kind of seeing the creature or whatever it is, until the big reveal kind of thing at the end, which I want to talk about in a second. I do want to mention the monster in this movie, really cool looking. It's a really cool design. Don't want to spoil anything, but it's kind of a lot of Scandinavian folklore kind of stuff going on, so it's pretty cool. As for the end, it kind of there's a lot of tension in the movie, a lot of scariness kind of happening within the woods. There's a few jump scares, but it gets. The tension and scariness kind of gets zapped out of the film when it gets to a certain part. I'm not going to ruin it, but it gets to a certain part near the end where I'm like, I don't know if I wanted them to do that. But it kind of redeems itself at the end, at the actual end, it redeems itself. So yes, there is some issues with that, where the tension's kind of out of the film, but it kind of seeps back in, kind of redeems itself. I would have liked maybe a little more background information on what's happening in the film, what this creature is exactly. Like, they do tell you, but they don't really explain it too much. That would have been nice. I think I would have rather spent a little more time in the woods and like, see, like, I don't want to spoil it, but with him wandering through the woods, I think I would have liked more, a little more of, because that's where the tension, that's where it's scary, right? Like, you're seeing these things, or you're hearing these things, and there's a lot of that stuff where, like, it's in the background, like I mentioned in Veronica, where, like, you don't notice it until it moves, kind of thing. So, there's stuff like that, but I don't know. It's definitely a good movie. I definitely enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I wouldn't call it the best film of 2018 or anything stupid like that. I'll leave that to the people on Reddit. But, I enjoyed it. I would give it a solid certain number out of a certain number. Like, I don't rate shit. So, yeah, I would say give it a watch. Definitely if you're a fan. If you're a fan of monster flicks, if you're a fan of, it's a cliche story for sure. Like, it's definitely a been there, done that type of story, but it's effectively shot. It's beautiful looking. I mean, the environment, the woods, everything's beautiful looking. So if you enjoy monster flicks, if you enjoy kind of like folklore, like, if, a few jump scares aren't going to bother you, and the ending, I'm sure a lot of people are going to come to it and be like, what? Like, okay, but then, it kind of redeems itself. So I definitely give it a recommend. I think it's worth watching. So, if I say it's worth watching, then obviously, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter, right? Hey, calm down. Jeez. Anyways, so yeah, I know it's a quick little kind of review, but that's the whole point of these episodes, is just kind of tell you what I watched. If it's any good or not, I'm going to try to kind of, it's not going to just be horror. It's going to be, different things that I've watched on Netflix, and if it's worth watching or not. That's the whole point, right? It's just to get some content on my channel. So I thank you for watching. Well, the few people that do. Shut up. God, jeez, man, terrible decision to film it in front of a live audience. But anyways, so yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And